Hey there, welcome. I am so excited you were able to join me tonight for this free webinar. And I hope to give you a little bit of insight into what has changed my health journey. And when I say changed, I could not possibly mean change any more than I do. My life is drastically different today, drastically different than it was 3 years ago, even 2 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. So first of all, this is what I want to say. Hi, I'm KJ. I am a food addict. I have been a food addict as long as I can remember. I remember being a child and worrying that if I didn't eat enough, I would be hungry later, and I would eat until I felt sick to my stomach because of fear of being hungry. Or everywhere we'd go, I'd have to get a treat. Everywhere we'd go, I'd feel the need to get a treat because I didn't want to miss out on any possible opportunity at food. I remember going to a baby shower. I don't remember whose or any of that, but the detail I do remember is being at the baby shower, and there was a young girl there who I believe was a cousin of mine, and she wanted to go play on the swing set. And I was so worried that if I went out with her to play on the swing set, the food would be gone when I came in and I would miss out. That was a very young age. I have been a food addict forever. However, I did not admit that I was a food addict until recently. That is a hard thing to say when you really admit, and I don't just mean saying, yeah, I'm addicted to food. No, I am an addict. I am as much of an addict when it comes to food, to unhealthy food, sugar, all the things that I shouldn't be eating, okay? Chocolate, unhealthy chocolate, I should say, chips, French fries, all the things that I know are not good for me. I'm addicted to those. And I'm as much of an addict to those as somebody who might be addicted to hard drugs, cocaine, or anything else. It is that big of an issue for me. And it took me a long time to actually admit that. I have spent my life on a very dangerous wheel, okay? You watch this hamster or guinea pig or gerbil, whatever it is. He runs, and then he stops. And then he runs, and then he stops. Over and over and over again. On, off, start, stop, do it again. That has been my cycle. Start a diet, stop a diet, start a different diet, stop that same diet, invest tons of money on something that I saw on a infomercial that was promising big results, spending hundreds of dollars on the book, then going out and getting all the ingredients to make said items that were going to change my life, only to do them for a week at best and move on. So this is what my cycle looked like. Okay, you may relate to this. This cycle looked like this. Okay, Monday morning. That's it. I'm going on a diet. I am going to get skinny. Okay, those are my words. I'm going to get skinny. That's it. I'm done. I'm done being fat. I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, I'm done being fat. I'm going to get skinny. That's it. I've had it. I'm going to get skinny. Okay. Do okay on Monday. Tuesday rolls around. Yesterday was easy. I can do this. I got through Tuesday or Monday, no problem. I can get through Tuesday. Do moderately okay on Tuesday. Feeling a little good because I am doing better than I expected to do. Wednesday rolls around. I go to work. Team orders takeout. Maybe one meal won't hurt. I mean, I don't want to eat that unhealthy food, but this life is short. I also don't want to miss out. My team is ordering Chinese food. I love Chinese food. I don't want to miss out. I want to be part of the gang. And you know what? This skinny coworker orders it. She's figured it out. I'm just going to order this meal. I'll eat healthy for supper, but I'm going to order this meal. Thursday rolls around. Family wants takeout. Okay. Life is short. I might as well enjoy the food with my family. It's just a meal. It's just food. They want Mexican takeout. There's chips with the Mexican takeout. I'm just going to go ahead and order it. It's okay. It's one meal. The cravings that I was trying to get past, they're still there because I'm still feeding myself bits. And even if I'm on plan healthy all day, I'm still picking and feeding myself unhealthy bits here and there that are keeping that addiction going. And then Friday rolls around. Well, I mean, I've eaten off plan twice this week. At this point, it's Friday. It's movie night. We're going to go out. There's going to be popcorn. We might get takeout from Chick-fil-A. We might get ice cream. You know what? It's the weekend. At this point, is it worth even focusing on? I will start again Monday. Monday, I'm going to start again, and it's going to be right this time. I'm going to stay focused. But you know what? Maybe since this is my last weekend that I'm going to eat unhealthy, I'm going to eat as unhealthy as I can. I'm going to get all of my favorites. I'm going to have Chinese food. Maybe I'm going to have Olive Garden. I'm going to eat a Kit Kat because that's my favorite. I'm going to make sure I get my favorite barbecue chips and clam dip. Yeah, I know it's a weird combo. I'm from Maine. We eat clam dip with barbecue Humpty Dumptys up here, okay? Maybe I'll have a bag of those because this is going to be my last chance. Oh, and since I'm running out to the post office, I might as well stop at Dunkin' Donut and get a couple donuts and eat them in the car on the way back. Nobody's going to know. It's okay. But Monday, I'm going to stick to it. Monday rolls around. Here we are again. And I'd start the cycle over. And as ridiculous as that sounds, that was my cycle over and over and over. My husband would go to bed early because he worked the overnights on Sunday night about 4 o'clock. And that was my cue to eat as much junk. In secret, my daughter didn't care. She was just a little girl. She didn't care. She wasn't watching mom. She's not watching mom, is what I'd fooled myself to believe. I'm going to eat all the junk I can tonight because tomorrow I'm going to be on it. I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but that 100% has been my cycle for years. Years, okay? Maybe this is your cycle. This is another cycle that I had gone through. January 1. You know what? I'm going to do it. This is my year. Not only am I going to get skinny, I'm going to run a 5K. I made that vow one time. January 1st. Starts Weight Watchers because you know what? Weight Watchers, I'm not kicking any plans, okay? This was just a picture of what I might have done. I'm going to start Weight Watchers. Does okay. Does all right the first month of the year. Maybe lose 10 pounds. Thinks, all right, I got this. February, things go downhill a little. I'm getting a little lazy with my Weight Watchers. I'm not counting my points like I was. I'm eating more. I'm saving up. I'm eating really little all week, and then I'm saving up all my extra points for Saturday, and I'm going to binge, and I'm going to eat junk. Fine, it's not working. I'm not losing any more weight. Maybe I've gained a pound or two back. So you know what? March 1st rolls around. Weight Watchers isn't working. I'm going to start keto. I'm going to do keto. I can do keto. I can eat bacon. I can do keto. So, starting on keto. I quit 3 weeks later because I can't look at another pepperoni or another fried egg. I've eaten myself sick on meat and cheese. I haven't used the bathroom in 3 weeks. Too much meat and cheese, okay? Because I wasn't doing the keto with all the veggies. I was doing the keto where you eat pepperoni and cheese until you want to kill somebody with a pepperoni. Okay, quits 3 weeks later, vacation season starts, end of school year, all the fun stuff is happening, doesn't really pay a lot of attention. August 1st rolls around. You know what? I'm going to start THM. I've done it once before. It's worked. It worked a little. Maybe not as good as it could have, but it worked. It didn't work as good as it could have because I didn't really follow it, but it did okay. I'm going to start THM. Okay. Does okay. August, September, doesn't lose a lot. Gets a little discouraged because maybe I wish I'd lost more than 3 pounds. Not looking at 3 pounds is a lot of weight, and okay, does okay until the end of September, and then the holidays start. All of the Halloween candy everywhere. A bite every now and then as I walk by becomes a bite every 5 minutes as I walk by. Becomes a bowl of candy on my desk at work. Off plan, everything. By the end of Halloween, says to herself, you know what, this is stupid. January 1st isn't that far away. I've got Thanksgiving. I've got a Thanksgiving at our house, maybe a Thanksgiving at a friend's house. I've got leftover pie for days on end. I've got to eat all that stuffing. I can't let it go to waste. That gravy I made is amazing. I've got to eat it. You know what? Okay. Maybe I'll be okay between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but well, then again, there's a holiday party every Friday between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this is silly. I'm just going to start again January 1st. Does that at all sound like you? Maybe it sounds extreme, but girl, you combine this with my past cycle and that was who I was, okay? There's a reason I got to the dangerously unhealthy weight, high blood pressure, pre-diabetic, high cholesterol, was diagnosed with fibromyalgia because they couldn't figure out what else could possibly be wrong with my joints, needed shoulder surgery to clean out calcium that was as a result of too much soda because I was drinking a 12-pack a day. Are you sick of that cycle? That cycle, it's happened for years and years and years. There is a reason everybody is gung-ho January 1st because they started off gung-ho, they lost their steam, and the end of the year rolls around and becomes you know what, I'll start again January 1st. I don't know about you, but I was sick of that cycle. I was sick of that cycle, you guys. I can't even describe how sick I was. I got to the point where I started almost making fun of any friend who would make a New Year's resolution. I would make a New Year's resolution in secret, and I wouldn't tell anybody because if nobody knew, then if I failed at my New Year's resolution and nobody knew, then did I really fail? Maybe not. So, okay. Maybe that does resonate with you. Maybe it doesn't. But how did I break that cycle? Okay. How did I break that cycle? Here are some of the pieces. Okay. First of all, vulnerability. Vulnerability. What does that mean, KJ? What do you mean vulnerability? I put myself out there. I put myself out there onto the THM page, onto the beginners page. I talked about my issues. I told somebody about what I was struggling with. When I did that, an amazing thing happened. A community of women came around me and supported me. They encouraged me. They prayed for me. They told me my body thinking, my body shame was wrong and that I should think of things differently and maybe I should spend some time in the Word. And I was encouraged that way. I was honest about the issues I was having. I started putting them out there. I was vulnerable. Again, vulnerability. I was honest with what I had done to my body. I was honest with my family about what I needed to do. I can't do this cycle anymore. I'm sick of it. I hate who I am. I'm miserable. I'm uncomfortable. My chest aches all the time from anxiety because I hate what I've become. And these women supported me in my journey. They texted me, messaged me, they asked me to check in. I asked them for accountability and they gave it to me. I told my husband I wanted accountability. Girls, guys, whoever, that was hard. Asking my husband for accountability. I knew what my husband thought of my weight. He would never say he didn't love me the way I was, but I knew there was no way. And it wasn't just my weight. Maybe it wasn't even my weight at all, but it was the fact that I couldn't do anything without being in pain. I couldn't walk to the mailbox without being like, I couldn't help him carry in the items from Sam's Club because my knees hurt too bad to get up and down the stairs. I couldn't do anything in the evenings, go out and go for a walk, because all I could manage to do was sit on the couch and doze. I was toast. And I was having surgery after surgery and constantly looking for a solution to my aches and my pains and my problems when all of it was related to my weight. Not just my weight, but the foods that I was putting into my body. The sugar, the chemicals, the aspartame, the things that I was putting into my body that I knew weren't good for it, but I was addicted. Okay. So vulnerability. I was honest with my journey. I asked people in my life for accountability and I put in the effort. That's an easy thing for me to say. I put in the effort. I know you're thinking, yeah, I want to put in the effort, but every time I try, it fails. So what's the missing piece there? This is a few of the other things that I did. Okay. Daily affirmations. These were the core. Okay. Daily affirmations, looking in the mirror, reminding myself, I look good. My body is good. My body is loved. Repeating those affirmations. They were helpful. Daily devotions, key to the new me. Key. It gave me the strength I needed to change. It gave me the daily reminder that God was blessing me beyond measure. We're all blessed beyond measure. And I had to constantly remind myself of that. Talking daily with other mamas on plan, these accountability partners, okay? I talked daily with these women. I had to find time in my busy day to talk with these women daily. I am still a very close friends with a group of accountability partners who are my sisters now. I talk with them every single day. And if a day goes by that I don't, I struggle on my health journey because the accountability is not there. I don't struggle as in I go off plan, but I struggle with cravings because I don't have somebody there cheering me on if I'm not participating with those mamas. I decided I needed to spend time on me. There were certain things that I did, certain outward things that they were a big part of change, even though they're superficial things that, they're not. Doing my hair every day and doing my makeup is not going to make me lose weight. Okay. Doing my nails is not going to make me lose weight. What it does do is make me feel better about myself. And when I feel better about myself, I want to take more effort to make change. Okay. But in this list of things that I just gave you here, there was one more critical piece that I was missing. One huge piece of the puzzle that I was missing. Okay, what was it? You guys, it's huge. It is the key to my success. Are you ready? Here it is. Recognizing my worth. 100%. This has been the game changer in my success. Recognizing my worth. I've gone to youth group, I've gone to church, I've gone to all the things. I've had people say, you're worthy, you're worthy, you're worthy. You're worthy through Christ. You're worthy with Christ. You're not that I'm worthy of salvation, but he makes me worthy. My body has worth. That's the perspective I'm coming from. Without Christ, I have no worth. Okay. Christ is a huge part of my journey. And even if that is not part of your journey, you still need to recognize your worth. I am worth the change. I am worth the effort. For years, when I was struggling over and over and over, I look back at that now and I deep down don't believe that I ever felt I was worth it. This is not because my parents told me I wasn't worth it. My parents were loving, they're Christ-like, wonderful, loving, giving parents. There are a few circumstances that happened in my life growing up. I didn't have a traumatic childhood. I had a wonderful childhood. But there are a couple of things that specifically I remember happening that knocked me down a little, cut a little piece down, and kept making me feel less than. Being made fun of by kids, that has been there was a boy in 5th grade that used to make fun of me. He called me Bubbles because I was shaped like one. He called me Pizza Face because I had pimples. He called me Four Eyes because I had glasses, but the Bubbles one, because I had a different shape than a lot of the other girls in my class. I was curvy. I wasn't fat. I wasn't terribly overweight. I was probably mildly overweight, but I was curvy. I've always been. Okay. I've always had a little getting on, always. Okay. I had a booty when I was 4. I had a booty. So this boy, that impacted me negatively. Andrew, I'll never forget his name. I saw him in the grocery store once a few years ago and I started crying, had to walk the other way immediately. The sight of him just overwhelmed me. Okay. Going to a nursing home, went to sing with some other friends and kids from school. We had to go, and then after we sang, we had to walk around and talk with the other with the elderly people. We were expected to go around, and it was Christmas. We had to talk with them and make them feel loved and just, chat with them. And I went to this one lady who stopped in her tracks and grabbed me by the hands and said, "Oh my gosh, sweetheart, you've gained so much weight." I was maybe 12. I'd never met the woman at all in my life, and I knew that. And yet her words that she did not mean any harm by, she was obviously had dementia, and I can recognize that now, but those cut deep, deep, deep. When I was picking out my wedding dress, I went to a bridal shop, and the person said to me, "Well, because you're a size 18 in real life, you're going to have to get like a 28 wedding dress, and they can be hard to come by." I felt this big. I ended up going to a place called Deb's where they had prom gowns, and I bought a beautiful prom gown because I was mortified. She said, "Oh, they're hard to come by," as though I was this just terribly shaped person that could never fit into a wedding gown. Why was I even getting married? I had an uncle when I was 15. I'd walk in the room. He repeatedly would say to me, "Kelly's got a big butt. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Kelly's got a big butt. Oh yeah." I will never forget that song. As long as I live, it broke me. It broke my spirit. My Nana told me that if I didn't lose weight, I was never going to get married. And you guys, I was a size 16. The whole time I was in high school, I was curvy. I wasn't obese. But those pieces took away from the value, the recognition of my value. They took away, they hurt. And we all have stories like these. We all have bits and pieces. Those things hurt. I had to get to a point where I realized, you know what? Those are other people's stories about me. Those are not my story. My story is I am a creation of a mighty God, a God that designed everything I see, that put loving care into the way the trees looked and to the way they spread out in the forest. And he took the time to tell the ocean where it can stop on the sand. That same mighty creator made me a custom creation, a, a custom creation of God. And I'm getting on the scale a $35 hunk of junk from Walmart on a crooked floor, letting that define my worth. It really hit me one day when I was on the scale and I looked at the scale and I said, wait a minute. When I saw the number and was like, I'd been in a stall for a while, I looked at the number and I was discouraged. And all of a sudden, it's like God said to me, child, look to me. You look to me. I am your creator. I decide your worth. I define who you are, not that piece of metal on the floor. Get off that scale and stop obsessing over that number. I want you to honor the body I gave you by feeding it the healthiest possible food you can. I want you to take care of the body that I've crafted for you with my bare hands. I want you to love what I've created as much as I love what I've created. It's like God painted a masterpiece and I'm saying, your artwork ain't good enough. Sorry, God, but it ain't good enough. Who am I? Who am I to look in the mirror and say, you're not good enough, you who were designed, handcrafted, custom designed by a thoughtful, loving, mighty creator who calls me fearfully and wonderfully made? Who am I? When that sunk in, you guys, everything changed. I learned that I love my body the way it is because it is fearfully and wonderfully made. I just wasn't giving it the support and the love that it deserved, that it was created for. I wasn't giving it the nourishment it was created for. That changed everything for me. Absolutely everything. I have worth. I have value. I am loved by a mighty creator, the creator of the stars. I want you, the next time you can, I want you to walk outside your front door. Doesn't matter if you are in the city, on a farm, in the desert. I want you to look for the first greenery that you can find and look at the beauty in that greenery. And think about how intricately designed a tree is. Look closely. Find a tree. If you're in the middle of the city, go find you a tree. Okay? And look how intricately designed that tree is that stands before you, mighty and tall. Okay? Mighty tree. It's green. It probably has a fresh smell to it. Look at the bark. Look how intricately designed it is. And it's a tree. How much more are you worth than a tree? And the same God that created that intricate design designed me with thought and a heart and strength and the ability to nourish my body. He gave me everything I need to do that. Okay? This mindset, you guys, it changed everything. Okay? It didn't just change my weight. You can see in this picture, at this picture, I had lost 60 pounds. I'm at 68 right now. This mindset changed everything for me, and it wasn't just my weight. It was my blood pressure, my blood sugar, my cholesterol, my aches and pains, 90% of them out the window, okay? It changed my anxiety. My anxiety went from to what? Anxiety what? My daily headaches, my skin issues, my lack of strength in my fingernails. My hair got crazy long because of the nourishment I was giving it. It changed everything. And that mindset that changed everything led me to the desire to be 100% on plan, 100% changed, okay? 100% on plan all the time, no matter what, no excuses, no reason to go off plan, all in, all the time. Wait, KJ, all in like never cheating? Yes, girl, okay? Don't hang up. Don't be like, I'm out of here. This girl's nuts. This desire to change was not just about weight loss. It was about honoring the body I'd been given. Okay? It was about nourishing the body I'd been given, taking care of the body I'd been given. I no longer, because of that mindset change, I don't want the Doritos anymore. Do you know what those Doritos did to me? I don't want them. Do you know what those Hot Pockets did to me? I don't want them. I am a million times healthier today than I was back then. I've lost 68 pounds. You could look at me and say, that girl got another 50 pounds to go. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Wherever God takes me is where he takes me. But what I do know is that I am going to nourish my body the best that I can. You know what I wanted for supper tonight, girl? I wanted some M&Ms. My husband was eating M&Ms, and I kind of wanted some. I wasn't like, oh, I need the M&Ms. I was like, I wouldn't mind having a handful of those M&Ms. But you know what comes with those M&Ms? Cravings, more anxiety again, probably some withdrawals again because I ain't going to eat just two, okay? It's going to mess things up for me. It's going to, for me, that is going to put me down a bad path of, you know what? I didn't gain any weight from that handful of M&Ms. Maybe I'll just eat this off-plan meal, and that off-plan meal leads to another, leads to another. It's disastrous for me. I need to be 100% on plan, but more than needing to be 100% on plan, I want to be 100% on plan. I have no desire. In fact, when I am surrounded by off-plan food, sometimes it irritates me. Not because I'm better than somebody who eats an off-plan meal, not because of that, but because I know the damage that food can cause because I've been through it. I've experienced it. I know what it's done to me, and I've been freed from that. And I want other people to be freed from it as well. And you know what? 100% on plan is so much easier than you would think. When you are 100% all in, it becomes just so much easier. Ask some of the ladies I work with. They will tell you, man, it's so much easier to be all in than to be in with one foot and one foot out. And again, it's not just about the weight loss. It's about the health that it brings. And it's about the change, the deep change that it brings. Here's what also brings. It reduces your cravings significantly. It lowers your anxiety. Okay. Not just a feeling of anxiety because of food, anxiety because sugar actually contributes to anxiety. It leads to not having to go through those withdrawals every Monday or every January 1st. I get predictable hunger. I eat every 3 hours. I know when I'm hungry now. When my body gets to the hungry point, you know what it does? It speaks to me. My stomach will growl and say, hey girl, it's time to eat. My body didn't do that before. It would be hungry 2 minutes after I ate, full for 7 hours. It didn't know what to do. My metabolism was so messed up. It didn't know what to do. Now I have predictable hunger. I know when I leave the house, I'm going to be out of the house for 3 hours. I need to bring a snack because I know that I'm going to be hungry in 3 hours. I can plan my day so much better because I have predictable hunger. But most importantly, this is what it brought me. It brought me peace and love for my body. It brought me major change, as you can see in this photo. But you know what's most important about this photo? On this photo on the right, I am still 193 pounds in that photo. But you know what? I love my body in this photo and in every photo at 193 pounds. Not because of its shape, not because of the weight I've lost, but because I love the body my God has given me, and I honor my body. And I have peace with my body now. Do I look better and feel better? Heck yeah. Am I proud of the weight I've lost? Absolutely. There is nothing wrong with being, I lost 5 pounds, way to go. I cheer that stuff on. But more importantly, I have peace about it all. That is how I've gotten to 100% on plan. It's about mindset. And that mindset came from accountability from others. It came from a constant reminder from others, you're worth it, you're capable, you're stronger than the potatoes, you're stronger than the Doritos, you're stronger than the Hot Pockets. KJ, they're food, not a woman. You are stronger than that junk food. You are stronger than off-plan choices. You're able. It came from people